Hi, this is Chris from AirDog, and this is a tutorial video on how to swap your gimbal from GoPro 4 gimbal to GoPro 5. And for this you'll need your gimbal, your wire, and your hexa 2mm screwdriver. This is what we're gonna send to you, and from your own supplies you're just gonna need a pair of tweezers. So I'm gonna start off with that you need to upgrade your AirDog to firmware version 0.32 because it contains the right software for GoPro 5 gimbal. Otherwise it's just not gonna work. So you can start by taking off the small door from your Hero 5 camera. It's really easy, just look up a tutorial. And start off with drone, like usually. Open up your arms halfway. This time I'm gonna use tweezers and just press on the arm breech cover against the snap fit to loosen it up a bit. Then just lift it. And just take it off. We need to take off this gimbal wire because you have a new one. It's a bit shorter. Just be really careful. Pry it open. You can leave that. So then what you have to do is untighten these screws just like that. Should be easier from here. So this is good. Now you need to retrieve these two screws because we're gonna need it for the other gimbal. Put that aside, take out the new gimbal. I would actually advise you putting the first screw in and don't tilt the drone upwards because you might lose a screw. It could fall inside. It's going to be hard getting it out. So just align them as straight as you can. Motor holes and the gimbal holes. It shouldn't be a problem, even with this screwdriver. Be careful with the wire, though. Nothing much, just be cautious. Line the other hole. Now let's just tighten them. Don't use too much force. It might mess up the motor. Yeah, that should be good. Now we take the new wire. Also be cautious and careful doing this. Okay, seems fine. Now we can reattach the lid. And connect a new wire. I like to use tweezers on this part. Just press it in the middle. Should be fine. Okay, now let's put on the camera. Go. Now that the camera is on, we can turn on our drone, your drone, put the battery in, And fold your arms. Should be doing something like this. Now it's not going to work properly unless you calibrate the gimbal. So let's just wait for the drone to boot up completely. Should be fine when LEDs start blinking around instead of just being solid. There you go. Now we're gonna start with the gyro. So just fixate the camera. Do not touch the drone. It has to be steady as it possibly can. Then press the only button on AirDog 3 times. So once the gyro is done, now we have to calibrate all 6 axes of the accelerometer. And we need to start with the first axis, camera looking forward. This is important. And we do this by pressing the button twice. Try to hold it as steady as possible. It is advisable if you would fixate the camera and not hold it by your hand. So once that is done, you can just turn on the gimbal by pressing the button once and make sure you have your camera in. Okay, everything seems to be working. Okay, now that's pretty much it on how to change your gimbal. Make sure your Wi-Fi is turned off when you're flying. To do that, just visit our help portal. Thanks.